new addition to the fleet. Now I know what you guys are thinking, and yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? No, I just got an offer too good to refuse. It's a 94 2500 Dodge 5.9 gas job. I got it for $500, so and those wheels, I'm gonna put those on the 70 Fargo because I think them with some 37s are gonna look just beautiful on that 70. But the main reason I bought it is because it's a standard, and I mean, I'll probably clean it up and throw a plate on it and drive it for a while. However, it's a great donor platform for an old swept line, or maybe a power giant if I can find one, like a 58 to 60, or if I can find an older, like a 30s, like a late 30s, 40s Dodge. It'd be spicy to have it a 3/4 gas job. Because although I do love my diesels, there's nothing like having that light front end in the mud and climbing hills and lots of things. Is it 5.9? Yeah, it is. Pretty sure they only come in 5.9s, but then I was reading somewhere that they did make a couple 318 3/4 tons. But I tell you, it runs beautifully. Track bar is all shot, so she wanders a bit on the road. But that truck will never see the road, so I think I'm just gonna rob the track bar and all the, yeah, just to make it drivable, and rob a headlight or two and fix up a couple little things. I try to bang that out. Oh, and the 4-wheel drive don't work, but I did have it in 4-wheel drive the other day. The night Friday when I got it. And the front drive shaft does turn, so I already checked the vacuum lines. 2 of them are off the back, so they're back on. They're on at the front. And the actuator might just be stuck, so I'm going to pull the cover off and have a look. If I can't fix it, I'll just pull the cover, move the spring to the other side, or put something in there to jam it locked over so it's actuated. Because I'll probably use 4-wheel drive in the yard a bit. It is kind of spring and muddy and shit, so. But eventually I'll probably just get you can get a kit that's the actuator on a twist throttle cable, so you can just actuate it manually from the cab, and that's what I'm gonna do to that, and that, because well, now they got this on the road, and once I get the 70 running, that cab's coming off this summer, and the Suburban's going on it. Oh, and the Ranger, I gotta do a Ranger video soon. Sorry, baby. I didn't mean to neglect you for a while. Although you were kind of tappy the last time we went for a drive together. And I could actually clean this bad boy. Make a video of that. And I gotta change this. Get rid of this. This is gonna go. The only reason I left it was because I do have a 5-speed manual and transfer case for it. So I was going to leave it, but then a good friend of mine gave me this, and I'm just going to hook that up and make it work, because that C6, oh god, I thought I've killed that C6 so many times I can't even tell you. And that's, you know, on the governor of this thing turned up
Oh, it's so good. Yes.
Like, did they? Yeah, that tranny's taking a lot of beatings in between cooler lines coming off and shit. But so I just don't have the heart to pull the C6 until it breaks, and then when it does, yeah, 5-speed, ZF5, and T-case. The only problem is then I gotta rebuild drive shafts, right? Because everything will be moving. I already built the drive shaft in this is homemade, and but that's 6 years old. So originally this was an extended cab long box truck, and it had a 2-piece drive shaft with a steady bearing and shit. So I made one drive shaft out of the 2 of them. And but I mean, it's been in this truck since I put it on the road, because I was the first person to drive it. But I've never ever had any issues with it ever. Same as front axle, and she's twin I-beam. And I did want a front axle. I did want a straight axle swap it originally, but same thing. It drives like a car on the road. It never lets you down. It rides smooth for what it is, and keeps that pumpkin up higher. So until one thing I do have to do though before I drive this on the road again is get the offset ball joints, so she's the wheels are straighter on her. Because I don't really want to put more weight on the front would do it. It's because it's so light, right? Like it's all just, there's nothing to this body. That's why she's like a side-by-side, but because I don't think I ever did do a walk around on what this thing needs yet. It's got to go in the shop soon. But like that rad, like it's a huge rad, right? So that's gonna go in the box, and the fans in the box run her all back. It'll help it cool. Then I can tuck this in the way it should be. I'll cut these corners off. That's why I never finished this, because I knew I wanted to get it like under here. So this will just sit on it, you know? And then I'll cut these corners off straight across, cap this or whatever, and then it'll look more rider-ish, you know? Because the only option I had, which I thought about doing, was if I took 4 inches here, got another full set of fenders, moved the hood, made a 4-inch spacer with the in front under the hood hinges, and cut a section out of another door this big, welded in, and move that fender head and stretch it, because I can't make the frame any shorter. I just can't do it. And but what I want to do is get rid of this and get another weather strip off something else that's similar, and just cut this and make it more of a Baja fender, so it'll you know, I'd come up here or whatever, and then she'll just be opened up and come down where it meets the bumper, and that'll be fine. Because like, I mean, it's short enough. Ooh, look at that ice. Yeah, you want to shovel all your snow and garbage and shit into your garden, because then it'll like that in the spring. So in the back here, slip tank, that's the fuel tank for the truck. It's got a filter and pickup down below there, set up off of it. That's just the return. So I'm gonna move this over to the center, and I'm gonna build stacks that'll come up just above the cab with the flappers on it, and then the rad is I'll build a bracket off of this tank in there, to bolt the rad to it, put the external fans on it, and then And the boxes, the batteries will be back here too, but it don't matter. Like, I'll never haul nothing with this, really. You know, shit, to be honest, I could probably... Ooh. I have a hide-a-hitch in here that retracts and goes up or whatever. But, fuck, I should almost put my fifth wheel, that retracto. Just set it way back on this thing. Who cares? Ooh. And a little stack. That would look cool. Shit, now I might want to do that. Would be funny to see my camper coming down the road on that. Well, let's see if this baby fire up. See how, yeah, I just got distracted, but I missed the Ranger. Gonna do a startup on that soon. Maybe today, I don't know. But like $500. Howdy, 300,000. I mean, she needs a good cleaning, but I mean the windshield's smashed, and I will clean it up, and maybe I'll just rub the windshield out of the blue truck, just swap the two of them, and yeah, clean this thing up nice, and it'll be fun to. But look at the cab when I move the steering wheel. Yeah, I guess you can see that, but that's fine. Now the four-wheel drive should come on, but I forget if it's down there or up top. None of those lights work on my other four-wheel drives, but I'm wondering if the hubs or the actuators were just frozen, because I did hook them up yesterday. Rock around a little bit. But what a sweetheart of a truck. I really, wow, I mean, let's just go for a drive. Let's just do that. Definitely gonna go get it stuck and have to come rescue it with the tow truck. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Gasket leak, that's fine. Probably ready to get that done right there. Oh, you can almost see it. That was fine. I'll get that fixed up. I'm gonna end up doing a full oil change and service in this anyway. But as far as plugs and wires, I've never had one as responsive and no issues, so I don't even want to fuck with it. Guys, if there's nothing wrong with it and it's working fine, leave it. You'll have enough problems to fucking spend your money on. But listen to that. That muffler's gotta go. Bye-bye, muffler. Yeah, look at that. Fifth wheel hitch and a tidy snake with it. I really, really appreciate it. And that tick. Now I'm in 4 low purely for the fact that I want to drive it around and rock it in and out of 4-wheel drive a couple times and see if that actuator is just stuck. Because that's what was wrong with my blue one when I got it. 4-wheel drive was fine. Just driving over something there. Oh, and I don't got 4-wheel drive, so now I'm gonna be. Come on, you got that. Oh, I gotta throw that tank out of this though. That's what you hear banging, that tank. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, getting distracted again. So we'll just go for a drive in the field, probably get stuck. Well, that'll tell you a lot about a vehicle. I mean, listen to that. It sounds good, making ruts in the driveway so the jet will get stuck trying to go to work. That's smart. What a smart guy. I mean, no hesitation. My other one, that plasma gasket's gone and it's annoying as hell. But this one, I think a guy can save it. Yeah. I think a guy can. Well, that's unfortunate. Get myself stuck here in two-wheel drive. Just wait in the back, you'll be fine. I don't like this linkage though. I'm gonna have to go through that because she don't really like it will go in, I guess, but I'm gonna work that a little bit. And then it goes over and then down. And that's neutral. For low. Neutral. And it was working. The drive shaft was spinning, just that front actuator wasn't doing its part. Oh, rookie. But yeah, for $500, I'll take it. So as of yet, no four-wheel drive yet. It's starting to snow a little bit. And there's not really much snow here, but the shitty thing is sunspots is still like, you know, a little bit, and it's harder than hell. Like, you can drive on it for the most part. So then when you break through, then you get two-wheel drive. Just doing a transmission check. Oh, yeah, she passed. And these Dana 60s, like, I know my other one too, 90% of the time she will go posse. Like, I did a couple little tire tests up at the road there when I got it Friday, and she most definitely went posse. No four-wheel drive yet. I wonder. I was hoping I'd just drive it around a little bit, bounce it around. I'm trying to pull a vacuum on that actuator. What a beauty of a truck, though. I like it. It'll be well used here. Can't believe we just drove over that. It's funny. But the transmission in this thing feels great. And that's the main reason. Like, I bought it sight unseen. I didn't even know what color it was. And when he said $500, I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Because I mean, if I could find a late 50s, 60s cab like that, plunk that whole body on this thing, what a comfortable little beat around the yard or beat around town truck. Super reliable. That 360 won't make enough power to break any of this running gear. So I mean, wanting a power wagon, like even that thing would be, if that was a two-wheel drive, right? But it's a divorced T-case twin stick four-wheel drive, so why the hell would I touch that? I'm just gonna rob a diff out of that 78 or 76 or whatever the hell, K20. It's the same Dana 60, so that should be four-wheel drive again. Because that rear diff, it was the one axle was pulled out of it when I got it, and I just stole a couple bolts from this side and put it on the other side, and I don't know, that diff drives fine. I did find out why it was pulled off the road though. It was parked because third gear left the party. in the 70s, I guess. No doubt somebody out drunk fucking doing a brake stand, grabbing third, because it's got 410s, so they'd probably do it, but she's gone. And that's why when I was trying to do brake stand with the other day, I could do first and second. She'd shift through them fine, but then third, couldn't find it, and I drove it up the road, or up the driveway, and I couldn't find it, so. But that's the way she goes. That was why she was parked, I'm assuming. Be a good reason, so so that's gonna get. I'll just rob another. I got other 4-speeds in the yard. I'll just swap them on. Swap one in it and call her good. Also, they'll pad the whole truck, bang out a couple dents that are in it. I don't know. If I end up fixing any of it, I'll paint it. But we'll see what it's like. Like if I can get that paint that's. I'm pointing at it with my finger, but not looking at the camera. Focus. So if I scrape some of the chip stuff off of that, and then SOS pad it in, try to blend it in the best I can. And if I can get away with just doing that, leaving the not filling or fixing anything, and then linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, and do that. Mineral spirits and boiled linseed oil. I think she could look pretty sharp, but like it needs work if I'm gonna paint it. That hood needs love, and the other side needs a bit more work. But I always wanted a short box. They're just really hard to find, so that'll be perfect. And this thing, well, it's hilarious because last week when I was looking on Marketplace, the cheapest I could find for a 318 to put in that 64 was like $500. So to get a whole running driving 4-wheel drive 360 that I can literally pull the cab off, bolt a new cab on it with this column, change all my gauge sending units over, it should be functioning. And like I said, this 360 won't make enough horsepower to ever hurt itself, but so you can just beat on it and it'll take it and like it. So you get an old cab on here, be pretty sweet looking. Yeah, you'll do some serious wheeling. But anyway, I'm gonna do something else for a little bit. So yeah, I was picking up a bunch of all the tools and whatnot left over from the revival battle there the other day, and I didn't figure you wanted to see me do that. However, I'm hoping today I'm gonna pull the walls into my shop so I can pull the beam, so I can pull the support out of it. I'm ready, yeah. Whoa. How's that?
What happened in there?
What? Loud noises? Scary things?
Well, they sprung back out a little bit.
Yeah,
How tight is that middle strap now?
but not much so.
Oh, what cord is it now?
Yeah, it's about a C now. It was a G. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's tight.
Oh, you know what that means?
Oh.
And I mean, it's still pretty fucking high.
It barely came down at all.
Fucking.
Okay. The outer wall maybe went out an inch or two. In the
Oh,
middle.
it's
it just
just
like
in a fucking. Yeah, still crackling. Oh. That scared my camera. It threw right out of it.
son of a bitch! Why didn't have a fucking camera going?
I like looked up and I was like, oh, it's breaking.
Huh.
and it'll hold itself up without collapsing. However, well, we just throw a fucking battery in the 12 valve and see if she fires off. That thing hasn't ran since last summer. And as soon as the snow melts a little bit, actually I might come scoop some of that out with the backhoe today, we'll see. Just don't want to dig too big ruts for the car, but I guess I can backblade it. Yeah, let's fire a battery in it and see how she fires off. It's gonna have to get out of there soon. And if I get that garage picked up, it might even be today. And this thing is still no 4-wheel drive, which is kind of sad, but I'll, once I get the garage jacked up, I'll just pull it in where it's nice and dry, because I ain't laying under the truck in this, I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's run the battery in this thing. It's not going anywhere today. Tank, I gotta do something with that. Oh, and since today, I also moved up all of this that I had to fight with yesterday, and all them hinges and stuff. Before I couldn't. That's why the hood flew up when I was racing, because it wouldn't go down all the way. Oh, and I had to fight with that hinge yesterday. 2 hands, and now she's good. All right. Wow. Yeah. Oh, this thing's. See how it gets all smashed up on this. Yeah, this side's real jammed up. Well, looks like we're gonna have to one armor over the side here. I guess that's just the way she goes. And guys, I said it on one of the other videos, but I got these semi batteries in almost everything in the yard, and they're 1100, like 925 cold, 1100 cranking amp, and you can get these at any truck place, and they're like, I found them as cheap as 80 bucks a battery, up to normal price for even for Cummins batteries. I think it's only 110. So I mean, that's twice the battery if you got room for it, I guess. But I found room in my Jetta for it, so you can find room. Ha! Look at me, first day with the standard. Goddamn millennials. Yeah, it's me, all right. Oh, this is exciting. Progress report on the garage. Oh, and the Alberta stand flag. Ordered this the other day for the walkers. I wanted one for the shop. I've been trying to get one, but for the capture the flag, it worked out good. And I know, guys, I know. Clean up your shit. I get it. All this stuff will be gone this summer, but like a bunch of this stuff was here when I got this place. So, but it's coming. I was here the last couple of days getting some floor space, but that's the beam I gotta get rid of. The beam's gotta go. Now, when I bought this place, the garage was collapsing on itself originally, and over the summer I jacked it up and built these trusses. And because before it had nothing, it had 2 pieces of strapping holding straight rafters on, 2x4 rafters. So I trusted to put that beam down the center, and then but the problem is with the weight of it, and there's nothing but just 2x6 rafters here, stick down to the, so it pushes out because it tries to do that. So I'm gonna pull lag bolts through here with eye hooks, come along the walls in, sucker in, and then it should, like a grain bin, it should hold itself up and be fine then. Because with the vaulted roof, I mean, there's not really a whole lot. What I'm gonna do if it doesn't hold is I'm gonna build a second wall supporting that whole section, and then take this plywood off and reinforce that to it. And that's probably what I should do actually, but for right now we're gonna wing it and crank her in because it should hold it for now. But sidetracked again. Like, what the hell did I even come in here for? Oh, I gotta try that battery. Oh, sweet, it's fully charged. That's the battery that went dead completely in the Massey the other day. And that flow charger wouldn't even trickle charge it. I had to put boost cables on another battery, give it enough voltage that it would even recognize it on there. And left the battery hooked up for like 10 minutes, pulled it off, and let it. It's been trickle charging for 2 days, and that light was staying on, so it was saying it was charging steady. And I didn't know if she'd cut herself out and be full, but she is. Okay, what in the hell did I come in here for? Tripod for the camera. Exactly. And that's not even in here. Make sure you're organized, guys, because it's fun when you're not. But yeah, there was so much junk, it was out to here. And I mean, I need more buildings that I can't afford to buy, so I'm gonna pull a bunch of stuff off them racks and stack all the biggest stuff on there. Put a couple things on Marketplace for sale. It's almost time to pull the 70 in the shop. Garage is looking a little nicer there, fellas and ladies. Oh, hey, Waylon. And don't look at that. Yeah. Or the benches, but fuck it. She's definitely a big improvement. Shoot, where the hell did that tripod go? Oh, there's one. Fuck, I didn't leave that little one all the way up to the road, did I? Oh, there's quite the possibility of it. I tried to get a 6.2 Detroit, like a late 80s non-turbo diesel for it. Because it'd be gutless probably, but with those gears and a Detroit 6.2, I bet you that thing would be damn good on fuel. I think it's got like 376s in it. Because I'm pulling the big block out of that for this to make it this spicy. Because that, I mean, yeah, it does pull good and it'll do a hell of a burnout. Not even that bad on fuel. However, like that's a spicy motor, like 375 horse, 525 foot-pounds of torque. Like Tim Taylor, that'd get him grunting. So that'd be good in this. And this, well, it floats down the road, comfortabler than the couch in the house. And it'd be great to get it good on fuel and rolling coal. I'd just turn the pump up a little bit. Maybe put a tiny turbo on it. I don't know. I don't want to grenade it either, but 6.2 sound great. So, all right. And I'm sorry about the distractions, but that's just life. I get distracted real easy. Shit, I gotta get that off of there first. Yeah, this shit's all frozen. Heavy. heavier than this wall. Wow, I don't really want to exactly use a shovel on it. Now, the belt might be a little squeaky when she fires up because, yeah, she might be a little squeaky, but I wouldn't worry about that. Nothing to see there. And I got a hack of fucking a box in that for the battery, which I don't really want to do. But Steve's done it on 2 of his, and they fit right in there in a homemade tray. Just nice. Because the guy wants good batteries. Like, I'm not particular about much, but... And I mean, I guess my batteries aren't fancy. But... 1100 cranking amps. Guys, it makes a difference. Especially 2 of them. But for today, 1 of them. This 12 valve was great on fuel when I drove it for 3 years as a 95 12 valve, 5-speed 3/4 ton. Just the body was so far gone that it wasn't worth saving. And why the hell would you put a 94 body on a 3/4 ton diesel when it's almost the same amount of work to, well, more, you know, when it's doable to swap it. Just swap it. The fuel shut off solenoid is stuck, but it's been off the road for a couple of years. Not a big deal. She was crankier than I expected, but can't remember if I robbed fuel out of it, so if the line was dry, that didn't make sense. And as long as the fan wasn't smacking nothing, I wasn't worried about the belt. Pretty stuck. Yeah, not gonna get that out of there. Scooping. Ooh, I got toil on the back. I didn't know that. Still not gonna move any of that. But I'm not ready to put it in the garage yet anyway. And then when I get this in the garage, I gotta get the floors finished, get the firewall panel finished made, put the interior back in, put the dash back in. Swap the doors back. Actually, no. Pull the trim off my original doors. Put the trim and everything on this. Move the rear axle head 5 inches. And then she's good for the road. I mean, I'll paint it obviously, but I think it's gonna go, I'm not sure. I was thinking about going the gray, speckled gray, the same gray as my 08 is. Oh, this thing's just happy to be running. It's been over a year since I put it there. At least maybe a year and a half. And I don't have the throttle cable hooked up, so I'm just pulling on a set of vice grips to throttle it. Hard to shift gears and do hand throttle at the same time, but I can't wait to drive it. Oh, I never even broke that wheel free. I'm spinning the 35 on the other side then. Oh, didn't turn the key on. What an idiot. All right. Now that she's been running for a minute, see if she needs throttle. Sometimes I think there's a spring that went, and she always needs a little fuel, but we'll see. Nope. Made a liar out of me. But yeah, she's got a couple Ks on her, but she works pretty good. Oh, I cannot wait to be driving this. Got the stocker injectors in it, and they could probably use a fuel filter, but she works good. It'll just be the perfect pull a trailer, drive around town, and everything still works. But it's got to come in the garage to get the floor pans finished. Got to still do a cat mount on that side, and freshen her all up, but for what it is and what it needs, like the body's in pretty good shape. I gotta finish, make a panel. I'll cut it halfway along that seam, and then it has to go up and flip over like here. I might just pull, I got a parts cab, I might just cut this section out of the other parts cab and sit it in there. A trick there a buddy of mine told me about, which is actually real smart, because they never go up there. They always go at the same spots. All these trucks rot in the same places all the time. There's YouTube videos on that if you want to see guys doing them. But that's good. That thing will be just happy to go in the garage and get finished. Oh, and the firewall stuff I was talking about. Oh, you son of a... Just up in this corner here, I gotta make a piece to tie it into the factory, and all down there. You can see that piece that's missing out of the floor. And then put my fenders back in it, paint it all up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go whatever color I go with the truck, or if I'm gonna go black under the hood. Just don't know. And yeah, this is just here right now, just pulling tension back on the rad support, just to keep the fan from eating the radiator. But, well, that's a success. I haven't started this thing yet, again, because, ooh, I think I'm going to rub the super swampers off of it for that. Because I want to put those wheels those wheels on this truck, and then but bigger rubber. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. I'm gonna go start doing garage work. I don't think everyone wants to see me work on my shop. If you do, comment about it. But... oh, and the power was out this morning when I woke up for some unknown reason. There was like, I don't know, 1,000 people without power. Fired this bad boy up. And you know what? That old tractor I got over there will fire up perfect on its own, no problem. This fucking thing is 3 months old. And guess what she needed when it was -2 out to get fired up, even with the choke on. So whatever, it didn't want to start. I got it to start. But besides the shitty starting on these, she's almost 10,000 watt. And I can tie it directly into my gas on my house. So this, I guess, a product review for Furman, but she'll run off propane, natural gas, or gas. And, well, the house is natural gas. And I do have lots of propane around, campers and such. So, it's handy. Like I run my whole house, hot water heater, furnace. I could have a shower while using the stove. Well, I did this morning. Have a shower in the stove was cooking bacon and shit, and this thing didn't hesitate at all. So definitely a good buy in my books. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little cheaper. Oh, I forget I own this thing. That's so sweet. Need 4-wheel drive and I need 37s on it. Oh, it's gonna be such a shame. It actually has the corners of the fenders. Well, they were nice while they lasted. Because if 37s don't take them off, the Sawzall will. Right on. Well, it's gonna do it for today, I believe. Unless well, we'll see. If not, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.